You gotta hold it open so that the numbers go.
My name is Nisa Bove, and I did visual development on Moana, specifically costume design. It's 3,000 years ago, and we don't really have any photo reference of anything at that time, so we're playing a guessing game, trying to get in that time machine and trying to really think what they would wear.
Lesson 1.
We looked at a lot of different cultures in the Polynesian islands and Pacific islands of what they wore. A lot of the things we were doing is interpreting and thinking, could they really make this?
You can do this.
Then you sort of play like you're putting a puzzle together. So you'll pick this top from here with this jewelry piece, and then you start making your outfits.
You're doing great.
This piece right here is worn by Moana's dad, and this one signifies the chief of the tribe, so it's a really big deal. This leaf that he has wrapped around his shoulders, they use that in order to cool themselves because it gets so hot. The leaves actually maintain the cooling sensation, so it's their AC, I guess. This is Sina's costume. It's Moana's mom. We wanted to put mom in something sweet and feminine, and she's just showcased with all the beautiful flowers. We have some woven ceremonial belts made out of pandanus. The pandanus is made out of a plant. They take the leaf and they shred it into strips. If you leave it fresh, it'll be more green. The more you let it dry, it becomes more of a yellow color. For something sturdy, you want a bigger weave. But then for something delicate, you're gonna use a smaller weave.
You surprised me.
And I'm gonna jump to my favorite female background characters. It's this one right here, based on the Vanuatu women. Oh, this is my favorite one. Ta-da! We have skirts made by our costume consultant. It's made out of pandanus, like you saw before. And this is quite heavy, so she's gotta be a pretty athletic type to carry all this weight.
Muscle up, Buttercup.
Moana's an adventurer, she's a voyager, so what she's wearing has to be functional. You can't just put a pretty outfit on her, it has to make sense. She wore tapa for her top. With tapa, you take the tree bark off the mulberry tree and you go through a process like felt. You tap it on their wooden log. You dip it in the seawater, then you let it bake in the sun, and the more process you put, the softer it becomes. They're essentially making their own textiles. Moana's necklace was a really cool piece to work on. It's a prop, but it's such an important prop to the storytelling process, you have to make it very unique. I did a lot of variations. We finally found the abalone shell. It's sort of covered in this layer of what almost looks like rock. But then when you sort of chip it away, you reveal this vibrant blue color that looks magical. It looks like a gemstone almost. And it was a great juxtaposition of land and sea, which is her. Her name, Moana, means from the ocean.
This one's my favorite costume. This is the cool one.
She's sailing off to find islands, and she's leading her people in this new voyage, and what is she gonna wear? I was working with the lead animator on Moana, so I asked him to maybe help me find a pose for her. And she was sort of looking dreamy and looking up, so I drew my outfits on her.
And I pitched my idea in the room, and it wasn't very well received.
They were like, she feels a little like she's not really empowered.
Did not see that coming.
So then we went back to the drawing board, and our character director, he helped me out with a pose, and she looks like a warrior. And then I showed the guys and they were like, yes, this one's the one.
We did it!
And there she looked like she was ready to sail. I was trying to come up with something that anybody can look up to and say, I want to be like her.
Moana, Moana, you're so amazing.
We put so much time and love into every piece. We really look to be true to that culture. So I hope when the audience looks at it, they can see all the different details we added to each piece and how meaningful it is, not to only us, but I hope they get inspired by it too.